So let's talk about what's really happening beneath the surface, literally beneath your skin, as you age. Because understanding the why makes everything else click into place. Your skin is held together by two proteins. You've probably heard their names before: collagen and elastin. Think of collagen as the scaffolding, the structural beams holding everything firm. Elastin is the rubber band that lets your skin stretch and snap back. When you were 25, your body manufactured both of these proteins like a factory running 3 shifts: constant production, abundant supply. Then, somewhere around your late 30s and early 40s, that factory started cutting hours. Production slowed down. By the time you reach 60, your body is producing roughly 75% less collagen than it did in your 20s. 75%. That's not a gentle decline, that's a collapse. And elastin? Your body essentially stops making new elastin altogether after puberty. Whatever you've got is whatever you've got. Once it degrades, it doesn't come back on its own. Now layer on top of that something called glycation, where excess sugar molecules attach themselves to collagen fibers and make them stiff, brittle, and eventually broken. Add sun damage accumulated over decades. Add the natural thinning of the fat layer underneath your skin that used to give your face and arms that plump, smooth look. The result? Loose skin around the jawline, crepey texture on the arms and chest, sagging along the neck that seems to deepen every single month. Most people assume this is just vanity, but loose skin is also a marker of deeper changes in hydration, in nutrient absorption, in your body's ability to repair itself. When your skin loses integrity, it bruises more easily, it tears more easily, it heals more slowly after cuts and scrapes. So tightening loose skin isn't just about looking younger, it's about protecting yourself. It's about giving your body back some of what time has quietly stolen. And that brings us to this drink. The base is bone broth. Real, slow-simmered bone broth, not the watered-down, sodium-heavy cans sitting on grocery store shelves, though we'll talk about store-bought options in a moment for those of you who need convenience. The kind that matters is broth made from bones that have simmered long enough for the collagen inside them to break down into gelatin and then further into amino acids your body can actually absorb and use. Here's the specific recipe that research and nutritional science point toward as being most effective for skin health. You'll need roughly 2 pounds of bones. Beef marrow bones and knuckle bones work beautifully because they're loaded with connective tissue. Chicken feet, and I know that sounds unusual, are actually one of the richest collagen sources you can find. A whole chicken carcass works well too. You want joints? You want cartilage? That's where the good stuff hides. Place the bones in a large stock pot or slow cooker. Cover them with cold filtered water, enough to submerge everything by about 2 inches. Now add 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. This is a crucial step that many people skip. The mild acid draws minerals, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus out of the bones and into the liquid. Without the vinegar, you're leaving a significant portion of the nutrition locked inside. Bring everything to a gentle boil, then reduce the heat to the lowest simmer your stove allows. You want tiny bubbles barely breaking the surface. For chicken bones, simmer for 12 to 24 hours. For beef bones, 24 to 48 hours. The longer you go, the richer the extraction. In the final hour, toss in a rough chopped onion, 2 cloves of garlic, a thumb-sized piece of fresh ginger, and a generous pinch of turmeric, about half a teaspoon of the ground powder or a small knob of fresh root. These aren't just for flavor. Each one plays a specific role we'll get into shortly. Strain everything through a fine mesh sieve. Let it cool. When you refrigerate it overnight, the surface should develop a thick, jiggly layer of fat and gel. That jiggle is your proof. That gel is concentrated collagen. If your broth doesn't jiggle, it didn't cook long enough or didn't have enough collagen-rich bones. Skim the fat layer if you prefer. Warm up 1 cup, about 8 ounces, and drink it each morning. Some people add a squeeze of lemon and a crack of black pepper. The black pepper actually increases the bioavailability of turmeric's active compound, curcumin, by up to 2,000%. That's not a typo. 1 cup, every morning, that's it. Now, let me walk you through exactly why each component of this drink matters for your skin, because I don't want you just following a recipe blindly. I want you to understand what's happening inside your body when you drink this. Collagen and gelatin. When bone broth simmers for hours, the collagen in connective tissue breaks down into gelatin. When you digest that gelatin, your gut breaks it further into individual amino acids, primarily glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline. These three amino acids are the literal building blocks your body uses to manufacture new collagen fibers. A study published in the journal Skin Pharmacology and Physiology found that women who consumed collagen peptides daily for 8 weeks showed a measurable increase in skin elasticity compared to those who took a placebo. Another study in the Journal of Cosmetic Dermatology demonstrated significant improvements in skin hydration and collagen density after 12 weeks of oral collagen supplementation. The amino acids in bone broth are the same ones used in those clinical-grade collagen supplements. You're just getting them in a whole food form that also carries minerals and other cofactors. Your body absorbs these amino acids through the small intestine, and research using tagged isotopes has actually tracked them traveling directly to the dermis, the deep structural layer of skin where collagen networks live. Your body doesn't just digest them randomly, it shuttles them to where repair is needed. Glycine, the quiet powerhouse. Glycine deserves its own moment because most people have never heard of it. It's the most abundant amino acid in collagen, and bone broth is one of the richest dietary sources on the planet. Glycine does something fascinating. It helps regulate inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation, the kind that simmers in your body for years without obvious symptoms, is one of the primary drivers of accelerated skin aging. Researchers have given it a name, inflammaging. Glycine helps cool that fire. It also supports your liver's detoxification pathways. When your liver functions efficiently, your skin shows it. Dullness fades, texture improves. That grayish undertone that many people over 60 notice in the mirror starts to warm back up. Turmeric and ginger, the anti-inflammatory pair. Turmeric contains curcumin, one of the most studied natural anti-inflammatory compounds in modern nutrition science. It inhibits a molecule called NF-κB, which travels into the nuclei of your cells and activates genes related to inflammation. By dampening NF-κB activity, curcumin helps protect existing collagen from being broken down by inflammatory enzymes called matrix metalloproteinases, MMPs for short. Think of MMPs as tiny scissors that snip collagen fibers. Inflammation activates those scissors. Curcumin helps keep them sheathed. Ginger works through a similar but complementary pathway. It contains compounds called gingerols and shogals that suppress pro-inflammatory cytokines, chemical messengers that amplify the inflammatory response. Together, turmeric and ginger create a kind of protective shield around your existing collagen, while the amino acids from the broth help build new fibers. Apple cider, vinegar, mineral extraction, and gut health. Beyond pulling minerals from the bones during cooking, the acetic acid in apple cider vinegar supports digestive function. And here's something many seniors don't realize. After age 60, your stomach produces significantly less hydrochloric acid. This means you're absorbing fewer nutrients from everything you eat, including the very vitamins and minerals your skin depends on. The mild acidity of broth made with apple cider vinegar can gently support that digestive process and improve nutrient uptake. Garlic and onion sulfur for skin structure. Both garlic and onion are rich in sulfur-containing compounds. Sulfur is essential for the cross-linking of collagen fibers, the connections between individual strands that give collagen its tensile strength. Without adequate sulfur, your body can produce collagen that's structurally weak, like a rope made of fraying threads. These humble kitchen staples help ensure that the collagen your body builds is actually strong enough to firm your skin. Now, let me pause here for just a second. If you're over 60, or if you're watching this because you care for a parent, a grandparent, or an elderly loved one, this information could genuinely change the way their skin looks and feels over the coming months. I'd encourage you to share this video with them. Sometimes a small daily habit makes a bigger difference than any expensive treatment ever could. And if you've been noticing changes in your own skin, the looseness, the crepey texture, maybe bruising that shows up from almost nothing, drop a comment below and let me know. You are absolutely not alone in this. Before we go further, I promised you 3 common mistakes that people over 40 make, habits that actively speed up collagen loss. Knowing what to stop doing is just as important as knowing what to start. Mistake number 1: chronic dehydration disguised as not being thirsty. Here's something that catches a lot of people off guard. As you age, your thirst mechanism weakens. Your brain literally becomes less sensitive to dehydration signals. So you feel fine, you don't feel thirsty. Meanwhile, your cells are starving for water. Dehydrated skin loses volume. It wrinkles more deeply. It loses that slight translucence that healthy skin carries, and collagen fibers that sit in a dehydrated environment become brittle and break down faster, the same way a rubber band left in dry heat will crack and snap. Bone broth helps here too because it delivers fluid along with electrolytes and minerals, but it shouldn't be your only source of hydration. Aim for 6 to 8 glasses of water throughout the day. Keep a glass on your nightstand. Carry a bottle when you leave the house. Don't wait until you feel parched. By that point, you're already running a deficit. Mistake number 2: consuming too much sugar without realizing it. Remember glycation, the process where sugar molecules latch onto collagen and make it stiff and brittle? This is happening inside your body every single day, and the rate depends heavily on how much sugar flows through your bloodstream. The tricky part is that many seniors consume far more sugar than they think. Flavored yogurts, granola bars marketed as healthy, fruit juices, white bread and pasta that convert to glucose almost instantly after digestion, barbecue sauce, salad dressings. These hidden sugars drive glycation around the clock. You don't need to eliminate sugar entirely. That's unrealistic and miserable. But becoming aware of where it hides is powerful. Read labels. Look for anything ending in O's: sucrose, fructose, maltose, dextrose. These are all sugars wearing different name tags. Reducing your intake even modestly can slow the glycation process and give your collagen a fighting chance to remain flexible and intact. Mistake number 3: avoiding dietary fat. Many people who grew up during the low-fat diet craze of the 1980s and 90s still carry that fear of fat deep in their food choices. They buy skim milk. They trim every visible piece of fat from their meat. They avoid butter, avocado, olive oil. Your skin is literally built from fat. The lipid barrier, the outermost protective layer, depends on dietary fatty acids to stay intact. Without sufficient fat intake, that barrier weakens, moisture escapes, environmental irritants get in, skin dries, thins, and sags. Healthy fats from sources like olive oil, fatty fish such as salmon and sardines, avocados, nuts, and yes, the fat that naturally occurs in bone broth, feed your skin from the inside out. The omega-3 fatty acids in fish are particularly potent because they reduce inflammation and support cell membrane fluidity, keeping skin cells plump and resilient. Stop fearing fat. Your skin is begging for it. The bone broth is your foundation. Think of it as a cornerstone habit, but a few complementary practices can amplify the results significantly. Vitamin C intake matters enormously. Your body cannot synthesize collagen without vitamin C acting as a cofactor in the production process. A deficiency doesn't just slow collagen production, it halts it. Bell peppers, strawberries, kiwi, broccoli, and citrus fruits are all excellent sources. Consider eating a vitamin C-rich food alongside your morning cup of broth. The synergy between the amino acids and the vitamin C creates ideal conditions for collagen synthesis. Sleep is when repair happens. During deep sleep, particularly during the first 3 to 4 hours of the night, your body releases growth hormone, which triggers tissue repair throughout the body, including your skin. Poor sleep quality directly translates to poor skin recovery. If you struggle with sleep, try finishing your last meal 3 hours before bed, keeping your room cool and dark, and limiting screen exposure in the evening. The blue light from phones and tablets suppresses melatonin production and fragments your sleep architecture. Gentle movement increases blood flow to the skin. Walking, light resistance training, swimming, these activities push nutrient-rich blood through the tiny capillaries that feed your dermis. Sedentary skin is starved skin. You don't need intense exercise. A 20 to 30-minute walk each day makes a measurable difference in skin oxygenation and nutrient delivery. Dry brushing before your shower. This old-fashioned technique uses a natural bristle brush to gently sweep across dry skin in upward strokes toward the heart. It stimulates lymphatic drainage, removes dead surface cells, and promotes circulation. Many people notice their skin feeling firmer and smoother within just a few weeks of daily brushing. Use light pressure, especially on thinner skin areas like the inner arms and chest. A note on store-bought broth. If making broth from scratch feels overwhelming, look for brands that use organic bones, contain no added sugars, and here's the key test: gel when refrigerated. Several quality brands now sell frozen bone broth concentrates that you simply dilute with hot water. Read the ingredient list carefully. If it reads like a chemistry textbook, put it back on the shelf. The ingredient list should be short: bones, water, vinegar, vegetables, salt. Patience is part of this. Your skin didn't loosen overnight, and it won't tighten overnight either. Most people who commit to a daily cup of bone broth report noticing subtle changes within the first 3 to 4 weeks. Skin feels more hydrated, that papery quality on the forearms begins to soften. Nails often grow stronger and faster, which makes sense since nails are built from keratin, another protein that benefits from the same amino acid pool. By the 6 to 8 week mark, changes in skin texture and mild improvements in elasticity become more apparent. Friends or family members might comment that you look rested or that something about your face seems different, often without being able to pinpoint exactly what. By 3 months of consistent daily intake, the cumulative collagen support starts to show in more visible ways. Fine lines may appear softer. Jawline definition can improve slightly. The crepey texture on the chest and décolletage is an area many women feel especially self-conscious about, often smooths noticeably. These aren't miracle transformations. Nobody is going to mistake you for 25. But the difference between skin that's actively supported and skin that's left to fend for itself with declining resources becomes genuinely significant over time. Consistency is everything. 1 cup, every day, without fail. Let's bring this all together. Loose skin after 40 is driven by declining collagen production, elastin degradation, chronic low-grade inflammation, glycation from excess sugar, and often by dehydration and nutrient gaps that nobody warned you about. 1 daily cup of properly made bone broth delivers the exact amino acids, glycine, proline, hydroxyproline that your body needs to manufacture new collagen. The turmeric and ginger added during cooking protect existing collagen from inflammatory damage. The apple cider vinegar pulls essential minerals from the bones and supports your digestion so you actually absorb what you're consuming. The garlic and onion provide sulfur for strong collagen cross-linking. Support that foundation with adequate vitamin C, healthy fats, proper hydration, quality sleep, and gentle daily movement, and you've built yourself a skin-tightening protocol that works from the deepest layers outward. Avoid the 3 traps: hidden dehydration, hidden sugars, and the outdated fear of dietary fat. This isn't about chasing youth. This is about honoring the body that's carried you through 6, 7, 8 decades of life by giving it what it needs to stay strong, resilient, and comfortable in its own skin, quite literally. You deserve to look in the mirror and feel good about what you see, not because of vanity, because the reflection looking back at you represents a life fully lived, and that life deserves to be supported with real nutrition, real care, and real attention. Start tomorrow morning. Warm up that first cup. Add a crack of black pepper and a squeeze of lemon. Sit somewhere quiet and drink it slowly. Let it become your ritual, the small, steady thing you do for yourself every single day. Your skin will thank you. Your joints will thank you. Your gut will thank you. And 3 months from now, when someone tells you that you're glowing, you'll know exactly why. If this video helped you, tap that subscribe button so you never miss our weekly senior health videos. Hit the bell icon right beside it so you're notified the moment a new one goes live. Share this with someone you love, your spouse, your sister, your best friend, anyone who might benefit from knowing about this simple daily habit. And leave a comment below telling me, what's one skin change you've noticed over the past few years that you wish you could reverse? I read every single comment and I'll do my best to respond. Take care of yourself. You are worth every bit of that effort.